Going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty, the Lego guy here, and welcome to another Lego Star Wars review. Today we're actually taking a look at the one and only Obi Wan's hut that they've ever made. So I'm actually quite excited about that. We're going to get into its positives and its negatives. But the set, just so you guys have the info, is set 75270, has 200 pieces, 4 minifigs, and yeah, it came out this year and it retails for about 30 US. Anyways, it's actually a pretty good model. We're going to check it out. We're also going to take a look at some movie pics just to see how accurate it is. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And to start this review off, we're actually going to take a look at the box. It's a nice looking box. It really does give the idea of this being on Tatooine, where Obi-Wan's hut is. The only thing I could say is they maybe could have portrayed it more on a cliff top, just because if you actually look at the movie, that's where its hut's literally located. But not a big deal. Nice artwork on the far top right. We can see Vader right here. And then the minifigs as usual, just along the bottom left. What's interesting about this set too is it has exactly 200 pieces. Then on the side, we get another view of the same shot, and then in the back, it actually shows us some of the features. So in the top right, it has the little box with all the little items in it. It all built up and closed, and then it obviously opened up, and this is not accurate to the scene. However, I do think it's cool that they included those little droids, training droids, for Luke. That was in the Falcon, actually, just so you guys know. But yeah, nice looking box. Nothing too much more to say about it. Shows a Tuscan Raider in the top. But yeah, it gets the job done. I just, again, think that this should be maybe on the top of a mountain instead of, on level ground. Anyways, let's now take a look at the model. And to start this model off, we're actually going to give you guys a 360 view of it to begin, as we always do. It's a nice looking little model. As you can see, it's not huge by any means, but it has a lot of nice little details. So right from the get-go, now that we've got the 360 view out of the way, let's just take a look at the exterior of this model. So this right here, just so you guys know, in case you've probably heard all about these clips and how it's supposed to connect on to the UCS Mos Eisley Cantina, these are those clips. So we'll see if that does anything. We will find out, but it is not connecting to literally anything. So we'll find out what it's for. The other cool thing about this is you'll notice there's a lot of little boxes. So yeah, let's actually just show you guys what's in the boxes. So right here, you get some nice little binoculars. Show those off to you guys. They are the Star Wars type, which I actually kind of like. They were actually custom build. Back in 1999, just for a fun fact of Star Wars trivia, if that ever comes up, which it most likely will not. The other thing, I actually don't want to get into that canister yet because we're going to get into it later. The other thing that's nice about this set is it does fold up like so. So you can actually transport it quite easily, and then you can open her up. So nice job on Lego's part. One thing that bugs me about this little doorway, just to actually show this off to you guys, it has a nice little keypad printed piece that's not a sticker. But what bothers me about this model, however, is the box is supposed to just be right at the doorway. So I don't really like that because that is the doorway. But let's just remove, we got the box out of the way, you guys can figure that out. But there's kind of a reason why it's there. It's just, it kind of does bug me a little bit. Yeah, let's now break this down area by area. So right from the get-go, you notice very nice little area where Obi Wan and Luke see Leia's hologram. Great job on Lego's part. And you know what we're gonna do? Let's just actually zoom in on that little hologram piece a little bit more. And here it is. So great job on Lego's part. You can obviously tell it's Leia. Look how big the hair piece kind of is on this, which is absolutely fantastic. The only other time I think, well, they've only ever made a hologram piece is for Emperor Palpatine, so it is nice to have another hologram, and they've done a good job. Everyone would have been really ticked off if Lego literally would have given us an Emperor hologram piece and said it was Leia. The other nice thing about this model as well is if you notice in the far right, nice little kitchen area with a little cup. And then what I really liked about this model is, let's get Obi Wan out of the way. What's cool about it is it has a little pot in the back right here, and it's cooking up some soup. So I thought that was fantastic. It has one of those little new candle pieces, which I'll actually just remove this and show this off to you guys. I absolutely love that. These candle pieces are going to come in, in handy so much in mocks, even just as a little cooking pot. Just great job on Lego's part. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, another key area about this model is, okay, one thing that's kind of funny is it has a Tuscan Raider little club in the corner. I'm not sure why Obi Wan has one of those, but he does. It's identical. It's an identical piece to this. So kind of weird. But the other key thing about this set is it kind of goes in line with the whole movie. See this box I was talking about? Well, you open her up, and there is Luke and Obi-Wan's lightsaber. So you know when he goes to give Luke his father's lightsaber, you can literally have it in there. The other really cool thing I wanted to mention about this set is, as I drop all the pieces everywhere, this actually has, now this isn't correct to the scene, but you know those little droids that fly around and shoot Luke, the training droids? It literally has a printed piece for that. So I thought that that was absolutely fantastic. Really good job on Lego's part. Again, it is not scene accurate, but I'd rather get the piece than not get it at all. And now that we got the model all back together, I just actually wanted to also center in on these little shelves. He has random possessions on these little shelves. I thought that was a cool inclusion. Lego could have just kept this a plain wall, but they said no, we're gonna put a little bit more detail into this and make it look actually like, a working, living, hut, I guess. So I thought that was awesome on Lego's part. It has some nice little windows here I just wanted to mention as well. It's just, they did a good job for the size that it is. Anyways, that's the model itself. Let's now take a look at the minifigs. And here we have the first two minifigs of the 4. So I'll just begin by giving you guys a 360 view of these guys. So nice looking. The one thing I wanted to mention right off the bat, the back face printing. Now, Obi Wan doesn't have any, and that is one of my complaints about this model. I really think that they should have included back face printing. Luke, however, does, although what's interesting about him is notice how he's slightly upset on this face. Well, on this one, on his main face, which I kind of keep him on, he is mildly happy. So I thought that was actually kind of cool. It's very slight difference with him. The other thing is the Obi-Wan doesn't have a cape as well. They're really dropping the bomb, I think, on the Obi-Wan fig in this set. I think they really could have improved them. Although the Luke one is not bad looking. Nice leg printing. Nice torso printing. So all in all, just a good looking minifig. The other good thing about this set is they both have lightsabers. They could have, got cheap and just given us one, but they gave us 2 lightsabers, which is, accurate, right? Anyways, those are the first 2 minifigs. Let's now take a look at the final 2. And here we have the final 2. So on the far left, we have R2. And then on the right, we got the Tuscan Raider. So I will mention right off the bat, the Tuscan Raider, I do really like him. Nice leg printing, nice torso printing. It's custom mold for his face, which is actually pretty cool, for his head, I should say. So good job on Lego's part. R2, we've had the same R2 for the last 21 years, and I'm not thrilled about it. I don't think it's a bad R2. I just think that, maybe they should include a third leg, put it somewhere down here or something, just a small piece. It's not a bad fig again. It's just, I think that they could improve on it a little bit. Then on the back of the figs, you'll notice you just have normal back torso printing. R2 has some more detailing on his head, which, I mean, if you guys own any R2s, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's no surprises here is basically what I'm saying. And then also the Tuscan Raider has this weird looking club, which Obi-Wan also has, as we talked about. Anyways, those are the figs. Let's now take a look at the movie pics just to see how accurate this model really is. And here we've made our way onto the movie shot comparison of the review. And I have to say, looking at this pic,
that actually came from the movie itself. It's extremely accurate with the way that it looks. Like, I mean, I love the fact that there's actually a little stove in the background. So, I mean, they weren't making that up. It actually was in the scene. It's something I never noticed before. It gets the table right. You know, it's not as big maybe as it should be to perfectly replicate this set, but this is a small or little hut. Obi Wan was a modest man, as we can see. I just think it covers everything that you want in the scene. It does give the correct vibe. I love the fact that there's the little shelves in the actual set, and the chest is actually somewhere around where R2 is, where Obi Wan goes to get the lightsaber. So it encompasses everything that this scene should have, and it does a really just a simple but detailed enough job at it. But yeah, that was my opinion on the movie clip. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts.
Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, looking at this model, I think it does a good job recreating each of the main scenes that we remember from A New Hope. For instance, when they're sitting at the table and Leia pops up as that hologram, I think Lego did a great job on that. I love the custom piece. When Obi-Wan's going into that box to find, Anakin's old lightsaber to give to Luke, I think it recreates that scene as well. I was thinking before I maybe wanted this model to be bigger, but honestly, it's Obi-Wan's hut. I mean, it covers everything it should, so I think it does a good job. I don't think the price per piece is the greatest on this model, not that I'm a big price per piece guy. I think 25 US would be maybe a little bit more fair for this model, so it is a little bit overpriced in my books, but it's not anything crazy. General Grievous's Starfighter cough. But anyways, I think it's pretty good, and it does a good job recreating what it should look like. I mean, especially looking at those movie pics. But let me know what you guys think about this model, if you like it, if you don't, if you possibly own it, if you plan on buying it, any areas you think they could maybe improve on it. I think it's a pretty decent model, and I also like the fact that it may be clipping onto the Mos Eisley Cantina, the UCS model that we're hoping to get, this year. Anyways, that's all I got for you today, but if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing, and click that bell so you're notified for any future LEGO Star Wars reviews, comparisons, etc. that we do on this channel. We basically do them every Tuesday. But anyways, that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.